Soil permeability. The soil mass is composed of small soil particles, which is called as soil grains. These soil grains, when depositing in soil mass in the way that some amount of empty space between the particles. This empty space is called as voids. These voids are poured interconnected, is form a highly complex network, is irregular tubular structure. The water is subject to the basic nature of the water is travel from the high potential region to low potential region. The surface of the soil particles offers to resistance to flow of water. More irregular, narrow of the voids, greater to the resistance of the force through the flow of water. More open voids, greater which water flows through the soil, which water permits to the fluid to flow through it. Its is called as permeability of the soil. It is the which is water can flow through the soils. The gravel particles are large. The larger soil grains, larger particle voids, and the better will be the connectivity of those pores. Consequently, large amount of water may flow through them easily and higher will be flow of water. And we say high permeability of the soil. The soil has volume, different values of the permeability for the different liquids, but will we focus only on soil permeability of the water only. There is huge difference in the permeability of the different soils. They are values of the permeability of the soils for the different soils. Gravel soils most permeable, where clay soils are least. The clay soils are a high void ratio. They have large volume of voids because of their flagellated structure. These voids are each very large, very much zoom view, and because of clay particles are being very small soil particles. These voids are poorly connected to each other and do not form a regular tube channel line structure. As even after having large amount of voids, clay soils are less permeable. When a soil has a extremely low permeability of soil, it is termed as impermeable soils. Darcy's law. Darcy's law. The law of flow of water through the soil was first studied by the Darcy's 1856, who demonstrated experimentally that for the laminar flow in a saturated soil, the rate of flow of or the velocity per unit time is proportional to the hydraulic gradient. V is directly proportional to the I. V equal to Ki. K where in here this is the K. K is the K equal to coefficient of permeability. Therefore, I hydraulic gradient. We know the continuity equation. K equal to A into A into V. So the discharge Q is obtained by the multiplying the velocity of flow V by the total cross-sectional area A, the normal to the direction of flow. Q equal to V into A. Therefore, substituting this value V equal to Ki in here, Q equal to Ki, where K is the discharge per unit area, A is the total cross-sectional area of the soil. If the soil sample of length and area of the cross section A subject to a different heads of water H1 minus H2, hydraulic gradient I will be equal to the H1 minus H2 by L, and we now have Q equal to K into H1 minus H2 by L into A. This is the soil sample. The basic nature of the water is travel from the high region to low region. So that this is the water. This is the portion of the water H1 will travel from high region into low region. This is the low water. So that is the H2. Therefore, hydraulic gradient I. Therefore, H1 minus H2 by L. Substituting the I value in this equation. Therefore, Q equal to K into H1 minus H2 by L into A, where I is the unity, K is the equal to the V. The coefficient of permeability is defined as the average velocity of the flow that will be occurs through the total area of the cross-sectional soil under the unit hydraulic gradient. Therefore, Q equal to K into H1 minus H2 divided by L into A. Therefore, substituting them, we know the K value is unity, nothing but K, where K equal to 1 we consider. Therefore, V by unity. Therefore, this is the final equation. Q equal to K into H1 minus H2 by L into A.